In this episode, we're talking about moving from LA to Texas. And if you find the buyer for your home, do you still have to pay a real estate agent a commission?
You ask real estate questions, and I answer them. This is the Ask Daniel Los Angeles show.
Welcome everybody to episode number 12 of the Ask Daniel Los Angeles show. There is no time for chit chat. These people need my help, so let's get started.
Greg and Paula ask, we are moving to Texas later this year. Should we keep our house as a rental or sell it?
Hey, Greg and Paula, thanks for the question. You know, a lot of my clients are moving from LA to Texas. I think it has to do with the great tax incentives that Texas has, also the lower cost of living out there. But to your question, should you keep it and rent it out or should you sell it? Well, have you ever been a landlord before? It is a big pain in the butt. Something goes wrong with the property, they're calling you until that problem is fixed. You're getting 30 calls. And, it's a headache. On the other hand, if you sell it, you could take the money, maybe buy a bigger place in Texas, or what I recommend is maybe you take that money and then you buy an investment property over in Texas. That way you can keep your eye on it. And at least you're there. You don't have to have like a property manager there like you would in LA. You'd have to have a property manager out here because they got to take care of the things for you. You're over in Texas. And of course that costs money. But if you have that investment property over in Texas next to you, you could actually be the property manager for that property, save some money, and you have a better life. You have a nice house over there. You got investment property over there. That seems like the solution to me.
Clara asks, you said to call the county assessor's office to fix any mistakes on our home's public tax records. Why bother doing that?
Hey, Clara. So if you're not planning to sell your home, don't call the tax assessor. Don't have them change anything, because if your home says it's 1,000 square feet, but you know that it's really 1,500 square feet, you have the permits for it and everything, but the tax records say 1,000, don't call them up. They're just gonna come, take a look. Sure, they'll fix it on the public tax records, but then they're also gonna raise the taxes that you pay per year. And you don't wanna do that, right? No. So if you're living there and you're gonna live there for a long time, don't call them. There's no point. But if you're selling your property, you better call them, because if your home really is 1,500 square feet, here's what happens. The agents of the buyer for your home, they're gonna look up the public tax records, okay? When they're submitting an offer, they're gonna look at the public tax records and they're gonna see the discrepancy of 1,500 square feet versus 1,000 square feet. And they're gonna say, well, what's up with that? Something must not be permitted, something's wrong here. We're gonna submit a lower offer because we don't think you have that extra 500 square feet. You don't want that to happen, right? No. So you call the assessor up, you get them over to the house, they fix the record for you. That way when you sell your property, you're selling 1,500 square feet of living space. And they can look up the public tax record and they'll see it in there too, so that they know you're telling the truth. That's how you get top dollar. Go get them.
William asks, if I have my home on the market and my friend wants to buy my home, do I still have to pay my real estate agent a commission even though I found the buyer myself?
Hey, William. So on a standard listing contract, this is the contract that you and your agent sign once you hire him to sell your home. It states that no matter where the buyer comes from, whether it's from you, your parents bring the buyer, it doesn't matter. Once you sell the property, you owe your agent a commission, okay? That's the standard contract. I personally don't like that standard contract. I don't think that's really fair, okay? So on my listing agreements, I have to write in that if you bring the buyer and you want me to write up the offer and take it all the way through escrow, no problem. We'll do that at a reduced commission, only 1%. And if you find the buyer and you don't want any of my help, you don't want me to write up the contract, you don't want me to supervise it, go through escrow, none of that, 0%. Now that sounds pretty fair, right? So on a standard contract with any other agent, you're gonna have to pay them. But with me, I save you a little money.
Bill asks, I'm thinking about building a rental unit at my property. How can I find out how many units I can build on my lot?
Hey Bill, so you want to build another structure on your property. Okay, the first thing you want to do is check out the public tax records. By the way, I can get you that for your property. Just let me know the address, I'll give it to you. Okay, a copy of the public tax records. It'll show you what zoning you have. So if it says R1, you're kind of out of luck, because R1 stands for residential one, meaning you can only have one structure on your property. And in your particular case, that structure is your house, so you can't build anything additional to that. But if it says R2, R3, something like that, then you have a good chance of being able to build. I say good chance because the public tax records aren't 100% accurate. You got to go down to the city and ask them what the zoning is. They'll tell you, and then based off of what they tell you, you'll be able to see how many different units you can build on it. So first step though, check the public tax records. That is the most reliable way in the beginning before actually delving into the whole process with the city. That is it for episode number 12 of the Ask Daniel Los Angeles show. If you have any real estate questions, email me, daniel@contemporealtors.com. You keep asking real estate questions and I'll keep answering them.